This is Buckley reads tweets from rappers. Guess what happens next? Kanye West has been an absolute one-man circus on Twitter over the last few weeks, including fighting Wiz Khalifa and defending himself from Amber Rose's allegations that he likes a little prostate play, his nonsense about crediting Taylor Swift with the idea for the line in one of his new songs about how they might still have sex because he made that bitch famous, and telling white publications like Pitchfork that they shouldn't talk about black music like rap. And covering all of this would take me like a fucking hour, so instead, I wanted to focus on his delusional ramblings about making the world a better place, if only he had a little donation from a certain billionaire. I write this to you, my brothers, while still $53 million in personal debt. Please pray we overcome. This is my true heart. Yes, please pray for Kanye. He's somehow managed to piss away $53 million he didn't have. We know that praying to God doesn't really solve problems, though, so instead he prays to someone else. Mark Zuckerberg invests $1 billion into Kanye West ideas, after realizing he is the greatest living artist and greatest artist of all time. I'm sure someone other than Kanye West believes this, that he's the greatest artist of all time. I've never understood it, though. I don't understand this supposed genius. I've said before that I think Power is an enjoyable song, mostly due to its use in the Saints Row series. I think Gold Digger is a fun novelty song. Play that shit at a club and it will get a reaction every time. But he's nothing special, he's not revolutionary. If anyone can name something he did that other rappers didn't do before him, you go ahead and let me know in the comments section. He's a man who rhymes words to beats that are sometimes his and sometimes sampled from other artists. I think he is, at best, a talented performer in the genre and medium he's chosen. But the greatest artist of all time? The greatest even of his generation? No. But that's just one man's opinion, and clearly, Kanye hopes Marky Z feels differently. Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your B-day, but can you please call me by Timur? You love hip-hop, you love my art. I am your favorite artist, but you watch me barely breathe and still play my album in your house. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Kanye West is barely breathing. He's got it so fucking rough, living in a huge home in California with his also-rich wife. He's making it sound like he's so fucking hard done by, trying to guilt Mark Zuckerberg. You sit there playing my album in your house, meanwhile, I can only afford to live in a multi-million-dollar mansion and drive an Aston Martin. Come on, show me some compassion here. World, please tweet, FaceTime, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you gotta do to get Mark to support me. That's right, please harass Mark Zuckerberg until he gives Kanye $1 billion. I'm this generation's Disney. No, Disney is still this generation's Disney, and the previous generations, and the generation before that as well. And funny enough, they don't need to go on Twitter to beg someone else to give them money to fix fucking Space Mountain if it breaks down. I don't have enough resources to create what I really can. Aww, you don't have enough money to make more rap albums or perform live? And you want people to fucking back you financially when you claim to be $53 million in debt? Who in their right mind would give someone who is $53 million in debt more money? Anyone who managed to fucking lose $53 million shouldn't be given $1 billion. That's not risky business. That's just throwing money in a pit, setting it on fire, and burying the ashes under 3 feet of concrete. But I don't think he wants an investment. Mark, I am publicly asking you for your help. One of the coolest things you could ever do is help me in my time of need. Help him in his time of need. He's not looking for an investor. He's looking for a fucking handout. And I will always respect you for that, and the world will love you. And here come the delusions. I know I can make the world a better place. I have done the impossible. I retook the throne of rap. From who? Like Fetty Wap? Yeah, that must have been a real battle. I beat the fashion game. He sells expensive sneakers and convinced a few morons to buy a $4 camouflage t-shirt for over $200. I'll tell you, You need that camouflage shirt because anyone who would buy this, they clearly fucking saw you coming from a mile away. But how does any of this make the world a better place? Ripping people off by selling them clothes that are expensive because they say your name on the tag and making some rap music makes the world a better place? No. It entertains hip-hop fans for a brief moment in their lives and makes morons feel like they're special because they own a hoodie that only a few people with more money than brains could ever afford to own. Hey Larry Page, I'm down for your help too. I'll bet you are, Kanye. I'm sure any rich person that you could trick into giving you some money, you'd be more than happy to accept it. I want to help the world, and I need help to do it. I am an artist, and I care about humanity. I just covered this, but it doesn't help the world. The world needs things like stability in war-torn areas, sustainable crops, clean accessible drinking water, quality education and healthcare, decent employment opportunities with fair wages, not overpriced clothing and rap music. Those are luxury items. Ask an Ethiopian if he'd rather hear Kanye's latest album or eat. But let's see where he feels that lands on the priority scale. All you dudes in San Fran play rap music in your homes, but never help the real artists. Yes, they do, by buying your album. That is what's supposed to support you. You'd rather open up one school in Africa like you really help the country. If you want to help me. Unfucking believable. It's absolute insanity. He believes that building a school in Africa, like you really help the country, I think he means continent, unless he thinks Africa is a country, in which case, maybe some Silicon Valley types could open up a school for Kanye, but he thinks that is not as important as giving him money so he can make shit dope. This might be, and I say this next sentence without hyperbole or exaggeration, the most selfish and delusional fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. Of course, no one thinks that opening a school in an African country will fix the world, but it's a start. What does funding a Kanye West concert help? It helps Kanye West. Fuck me. Let's take a short intermission from the microblog madness for this random thought. I'm so random. The words I say are so random. It's a roll of the dice all the time for me. On another note, can bra be the girl version of bruh? I don't know what a bruh is, and I think California surf culture was using bra in the same way some people use bro now, but you know what, Kanye? You go ahead and use whatever made-up words to mean whatever you want. Go nuts. You clearly are now. And with that, back to the craziness. Yes, I am personally rich and I can buy furs and houses for my family. But I need access to more money in order to bring more beautiful ideas to the world. If I spent my money on my ideas, I could not afford to take care of my family. I am in a place that so many artists end up. Also, for anyone that has money, they know the first rule is to use other people's money. And so we finally get to the real point. He wants someone else to fund his ridiculous ideas and not have to risk his own money because he knows they won't be a solid return on investment. He's entitled as fuck. He thinks that the world owes him something. He thinks that he should be able to have it all. The furs, the houses, luxury everything, and never have to risk any of his money to get it. I could not have done the MSG without Adidas, but world, what I'm telling you is that was just a small sketch for what I will bring you. This is secondhand from a person who is a big Kanye fan who watched the live stream, but my understanding is that the Madison Square Garden show, which Adidas had a stake in because they're trying to sell your stupid $700 and up footwear, involved you playing half of your new album, not performing it live, mind you, playing it off a computer or something, and then handing a headphone jack to a roadie and saying, plug your phone in and just play some shit off it, while you fucked off. That's your idea of great artistry? That's the sample we got? Then no one fucking needs more of that. I am of service to the world with my art, and I just want to serve more. Kanye, it's simple supply and demand. If the world wants you to service it with your art, they'll buy your albums and tickets to your shows, which is meant to feed you and your family and provide you with enough money to make more art. And if that doesn't happen, then the world has spoken. Your services to the world are no longer required. So, what did we learn today? A. Kanye West somehow manages to be $53 million in debt while still owning things you could only dream about ever being near in your lifetime. B. Mark Zuckerberg and Larry Page owe Kanye $1 billion because they listen to his music. C. Kanye West believes the world doesn't need schools, it needs songs about fucking Taylor Swift. And D. The Kardashian West family could end up homeless and naked if Kanye can't get someone else to fund his ideas. Please, donate today.